Hello guys, welcome to iQuanta. Today we are going to discuss this very beautiful set from CAT 2021 first lot. Now, this is all the information given in this question. Amazing, right? So many information. But if we move to the questions, you will see that there are 6 questions to this set. It means that even if it takes 15 minutes to solve this question, this set alone can get you 90 to 95 percentile. Amazing, right? And the most amazing part is this set is not difficult. Lots of information, but if you handle those information carefully, there is nothing to do with this set. Not much logic, not much calculation, nothing. Okay, this is a very easy set. So let's try to understand this set. What does it say? It says a journal plans to publish 18 research papers written by 8 authors in 4 issues of the journal scheduled in those 4 issues were for January month, April, July and October. 4 issues, 4 months. Each of the research papers was written by exactly one of the 8 authors. Very good. 5 papers were scheduled in each of the first 2 issues. So 5 papers were scheduled in each of first 2 issues, while 4 were scheduled in each of the last 2 issues. Can we say for January there will be 5, for April there will also be 5 papers, and for July there will be 4 papers, and for October there will be 4 papers. All of this added up to 18 research papers, right? Every author wrote at least 1 paper and at most 3 papers. So number of research paper written by any author is at least 1 and at most 3. Total number of papers written by A, D, G and H was double the total number of papers written by the other 4 authors. So can we say if total number of research paper are 18 and A, D, G, H written 2x number of papers, then rest of the 4 person written x number of papers, and this should be equal to 18, right? Can we say x is equal to 6? Means all of these 4 have written 12 papers, 12 research paper. How amazing! 4 person. The number of research paper anyone could have written is maximum 3. And all of them have written 12. Can we say all of them have written exactly 3 papers? Can we say A have written 3 papers, B not B, D have written 3 papers, G has written 3 papers, and H has written 3 papers also. Now the rest of them like B plus C plus E plus F, all these 4 together could have written 6 papers. Exactly. Now this distribution is important. Now this 6 we can take like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 is equal to 6, or it could also be 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. Right? This is how we can get 6. At least 1, at most 3. There are only 2 possibilities, right? Now, it says that 4 of authors were from India. So from India, there were 4 authors. From Japan, there are 2. From China, there are 2 authors. Each author belonged to exactly one of the 3 areas, and those areas are manufacturing, automation and logistics. 4 of the authors were from logistics. So from logistics there were 4 authors, 2 were from automation area and 2 were from manufacturing area, right? This added up to total 8. right? Now, 8 authors, 8 total research papers, right? Areas. Now, as per journal policy, none of the authors could have more than one paper in any issue of the journal. Means, if we take example like in January, no authors written more than one paper. Okay, in April issue of the journal, no authors have written more than one paper. It could be 0, but it cannot be more than 1. Okay, so using this information, we can use this, we can make this table, right? India, Japan, China, 422, logistic 4, automation 2, manufacturing 2. Similarly, for January, there are 5 issues. For April, 5 issues. July, 4 issues. October, 4 issues, right? Okay. Now, country and area. All of this is good. Total 18 research paper, right? In January issue, there were 5 research paper. In April issue, there were 5 research paper. In July and October, 4 research paper each. Now, let's try to use this information. What does it say? F, an Indian author from logistic area. See, how to use the information is very important. F, who is from India, okay, and logistic area, wrote only one research paper. So we can put 1 here, wrote only one research paper. It was scheduled in the October issue. It was scheduled in the October issue. So can we cross down each rest of them? We can cross the rest of them, right? Now, A was from automation area. A was from automation area and did not have a paper scheduled in the October issue. So A did not have a paper scheduled in October issue. See, we just need to use all this information to fill this table and this question will be done. Okay, you will see that none of the Indian authors were from manufacturing area. We can write here that Indian authors have no relation with manufacturing area and none of the Japanese or Chinese authors were from automation area. Means Japanese were not from automation, Chinese were not from automation. Can we say if someone is from automation, he or she must be from India, right? Now, A and H were from different countries. A and H were from different countries, but had their paper scheduled in exactly the same issues. A and H were from different countries, but had their papers scheduled in exactly the same issues. Means, whichever month A had issued, so we know that A had 3 papers scheduled in January, April and July. Similarly, H will have paper scheduled in January, April and July, correct? Now, they are from different countries, right? Now, can we say if A is from automation, he must be from India? And if A and H are from different countries, can we say H is from anywhere but not India, right? Now, C and E, both Chinese authors, C and E, both Chinese authors. So let's put it here, Chinese, both Chinese authors from different areas. Now, can we say if they are from different area, it's not possible that they are from automation. One of them must be from logistic and other will be manufacturing and vice versa. Now, C and D, both Chinese authors are from different area had the same number of papers scheduled. Means if C had X number of papers, then E also had X number of papers, right? In the consecutive issues, now what we can understand from here, see, C and E had equal number of papers scheduled, right? Now, if we go previous, if you see, they could have one or they could have two or two, right? But it says, this is very interesting. It says, further, E had papers scheduled in consecutive issues. Can we say E had at least 2 papers scheduled, right? And so on, C must have also at least 2 papers scheduled. Now, both of them cannot have more than 2 papers scheduled. So, number of paper written by C and E cannot be 3, right? It could be exactly 2 papers. So, can we say this X is nothing but, this X is nothing but 2. C has written 2 paper, E has written 2 paper, right? Now, further, E had papers scheduled in consecutive issues of the journal, but C did not. So, what we can use this information, see, E and C. So, E could have these 2. Let's say E has consecutive. Let's say if E had these 2, then C could have any these 2, right? Or this one also. So, there are lots of possibilities. So, we will come back to this later. We just note this down that we are going to use this somehow later, this information, consecutive issues and the journal, but did not, okay, this one. So, I have marked it so that we can come back to this later. Now, B from logistic area, B from logistic area. Now, see, can we find out how many paper was written by B? Can we say only thing left is 1, right? So, B has written only 1 research paper. B from logistic area, so B from logistic area had a paper scheduled in the April issue. So, B had a paper scheduled in April issue. Now, rest of them we can cross it very easily, right? Okay. Now, it says B and G belong to the same country. B and G belong to the same country. So, can we say if this is Y, then this is also Y. Let's put it Y right now, okay? Let's do not give much thought to this, that which country is possible, okay? Now, B and G belongs to the same country. None of their papers were scheduled. None of their papers were scheduled in the same issue of the journal. Is that means, see, we were talking about G. G has 3 papers, B have 1 paper. And both of them have not a single month common. So, if B has written a research paper in April, G must not have written a paper in April, and rest of them we can take it, right? Okay. D, a Japanese author. So, D, a Japanese author. So, D, a Japanese author from manufacturing area, did not have a paper scheduled in the July issue. Means D did not have a paper scheduled in July issue, and D have written 3 papers. So, we will have to tick all these 3, right? Next, C and H belong to the different areas. So, C is L and M, H is not from India, so it will be M or L, right? Now, think about this. If we take C is from logistics, then what will happen? E will be from manufacturing and H will be from manufacturing also. Then in that case, we will have 3 persons who are from manufacturing, which is not possible. Can we say that in this case, C is from manufacturing, and rest of these 2 are from logistics, because we have 4 person who are from logistics area. So let's put it down here. C is from manufacturing and H is from manufacturing and E is from manufacturing. Not manufacturing. We have taken C as manufacturing. So E and H will be from logistics, right? Logistics. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 logistics authors, right? And 2 manufacturing. This must be automation. And if this is automation, it cannot be Japanese or Chinese. So who could it be? Can we say G is from India, right? G is from India, and we already have 2 Chinese, right? And there are 2 Chinese and 2 Japanese. So why cannot be Chinese now, right? We have taken Y India here, so this will also be India. B is also from India, and 1 is left who is H, and H will be from Japan. So H is a Japanese. Think about this. Our table is almost completed. Now tell me, if I have done anything fancy, if I have done any fancy logic or lots of calculation, nothing. I have just used this information to fill this table, right? So it cannot be better than this. You cannot get easier question than this. It's time taking, yes, but amazing question, very easy question, okay? Now think about this. One thing that we have left with, that C and E both have 2 papers. E has papers in consecutive issues. C doesn't have paper in consecutive issues. Now if you notice, January 1, 2, 3, 4. So either this or this should be, one of them should be tick and one of them should be cross. In April 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, it's tick and cross in C and E. Same for July, same for October. So we need to fill all these 4 columns. In these 2, one of them must be filled. In these 2, one of them must be filled. In these 2, one of them must be filled. And in these 2, one of them must be filled, right? Exactly one of them. And E is consecutive, C is not consecutive. Think about this. If we put E, these 2 consecutive, then we must fill these 2, which is not possible because C is not consecutive. So we will have to ignore that. Now think about this. If we take E as these 2 consecutive, then C will be these 2. Then only everything will be verified. 5, 5, 4, 4, right? But this is not possible because C is not consecutive. So the only option left is we will have to take E for April and July, and C will be January and October are those months in which she wrote the paper. Now you can see this table is completely filled. We don't need to worry about anything. Now rest of the question can be solved within seconds. Each question, okay? I hope this is clear to everyone. Let me know in the comments if this is clear to everyone, okay? Now, let's try solving this one. I have used this information to make this table. You can match this. It says, what is the correct sequence of number of papers written by B, C, E, G respectively? B, C, E, G. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. C is the correct answer. Okay. Next, how many papers were written by Indian authors? So A is Indian, B is Indian, F is Indian, G is Indian. Just add all of them. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. So our answer is 8, right? It's a theta problem. You will have to fill the answer in the given space. Now, which of the following statements must be true? Which of the following statements must be true? Statement A, every issue January, April, July, October. Every issue had at least one paper by author from each country. So every issue, January have authors from India, China and Japan, correct? April has India, China and Japan, correct? July has India, China and Japan, correct? October has papers from China, Japan, India, correct? So statement 1 is definitely correct, right? Second, every issue had at most 2 papers by authors from each area. At most 2 papers. Every issue had at most 2 papers by authors from each area. So we need to find that is there a possibility that any issue had more than 2 papers in any area. So more than 2 papers, it cannot be automation or manufacturing. It could only be logistics. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now think about this. Where do you see it's crossing more than 2 times? Let's see this. If it's not crossing more than 2 times anywhere, then it's true, right? Then it's true. Otherwise, it will be false. So in April month, you can see in April months 1, 2, 3, right? So it's definitely false. So our answer is only statement A is true. Okay. Now, next one. Which of the following statements is false? Every issue. Now, in this question, you can see every issue had exactly 2 papers by authors from logistics area. Previously, we have seen that from logistic area, April issue had 3 papers. So that means straight away C is false, right? So we will mark C for this question. Question number 5. Which of the following statements is false? There were exactly 1 paper by an author from logistic area in October issue. Logistic area in October issue, correct? Second, there was exactly 1 paper by an author from manufacturing area in April issue. Manufacturing area in April issue, correct? There were exactly 2 papers by authors from manufacturing area in July issue. Manufacturing area in July issue. There were exactly 2 papers. It's definitely false, right? So option C is correct. And the last question. This question says, which of the following is the correct sequence of number of papers by authors from automation, manufacturing and logistic? So from automation, you can see 1 and this. So it will be 6. And then logistics, manufacturing 2 plus 3, 5. So 6 and 5. Only option A is correct, right? You don't need to calculate logistic, but if you want, you can add that and you can confirm this will be 7. So option A is correct. And with this, we are done with this set. I hope you enjoyed this set. Let me know. Don't forget to like the video, okay? Thank you. I will come back next day with similar set from CAT 2021. See you. Bye-bye.